Good evening, all. Welcome to Live News and Demo News, the weekly show on a Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Okay, I've got an interesting show today, but first of all, I'd like to start off with what happened to me last week. I did go to a demo on Saturday. I went to the anti-COVID demo in London. It was pretty busy. I'd say between 50 and 80,000 people were there, walking the streets of London, protesting to get some good footage. It was a very interesting week. I've got a really busy week coming up. Thursday, I'll probably be live. I'll probably be live tomorrow by Parliament Square tomorrow and Friday. So obviously it's Bonfire Night Friday, so that's going to be really interesting, and that is for the COVID as well. And then on I think Tuesday, where am I Tuesday? I'm outside the Senate because they're bringing in the new lockdown. Well, the vaccine passport. They're actually increasing it, just not from nightclubs. They're actually increasing it to cinemas, theatres, and they're hoping to get into pubs. So basically, if you have not had the vaccine, or if you haven't had the vaccine, you will not be having a drink in Wales over Christmas. So basically, that's what we got. We got a communist Welsh government who fixed the vote because there's one off sick, and it'll always be 28, 27. So they'll always get what they want in the Welsh Parliament. There's nothing's going to change there. Then on the Thursday, I'm going to be following the PCP Wales, the RSE sex education in schools. The two girls are in court, so I'll be interviewing them at Cardiff Magistrates. Now, if you can get down to Cardiff Magistrates on Thursday, that'd be great. I think it starts at 10 o'clock, so if you're there about 9:30, it should be okay, folks. It should be pretty good. And then Friday, I'll be doing a promo down in Bath. That's the PTSD camp. And then, obviously, Saturday, I'm going to find somewhere to be covering a protest. And then on Sunday, I'll be covering the Remembrance Day down at PTSD Bath. So it's a long old week for me this week. And it should be quite interesting. Now, after last week where I got cut off my own show, thank you, the internet. But there you go. I've got 2 cups I'm going to give away today. Right. Now you've heard what I've said, where I am. The first question is, where am I next Tuesday? Okay, folks, a nice and easy one. I'll do another question at the end, and you will have a chance of winning one of these mugs. I'll send it in a post for you. If you're lucky, you might even get it delivered, or I might see you in London on Saturday. So that's that. And I am going to be reviewing this. It's called a Peaky Blinder Lager. You can buy them in B&M. That'll be my drink, my one drink of the night. That's what I'm having tonight. Right then, folks. What I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce you to a very brave woman. Her name's called Sabah, and she suffered. She does suffer from battered woman syndrome, and she's been through a hell of a lot. And she's going to tell you her story. She's going to tell a bit about your background and about her background and everything. And we're going to be discussing honor-based violence within her culture. Now, it's a very interesting one, as far as I'm concerned. So, could you all please welcome Sabah on? Hello.
Hello.
Evening. How are you?
Hello. Hi, Philip. I'm fine, thank you.
I've just been speaking to the people who are watching at the moment. I'm going to put some comments up now, which are going to be coming across the bottom. Okay. Could you please tell the people who are watching a little bit about yourself regarding your background, where you're from, and what charity work and what activism have you actually been doing over the last few years? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Philip. Hi, my name is Sabah. I am from Algeria, origin from Algeria. Speak Arabic and French. I've been here. I am a mom for 3 kids, 12 and 9 and 6. I've been in UK since 2009. I came as a spouse. I joined my partner, which is he's from different culture. I aimed, to have a family and happy life. I used to work as an office custom officer back home, and I've got degrees in back in business study in my own language, which is French and Arabic. I came here to have a better, future with my family, which is the husband I have chosen in my life. Then when I came, it was a very shocked for me to know about different things, which is I couldn't believe women are suffering and they can't talk about it, which is honor-based violence. When I had just my first pregnancy, it was a girl, and I was very excited. I was very happy to have to be a mom for the first time.
Yeah.
And then my ex-partner, he's more from Mauritius and mainly from Asian community. I can't give more details, but I didn't know they have refused that because for them, if the child, she is the first child, pregnancy is a girl, they will not accept it. And they forced me back, try to convince me, you're still young, we have more children later on. But I could not understand why they have refused that the child, because as they're religious, they will not accept that as a Muslims is a crime. Then I was alone. I don't have a family. I don't have no one here in the UK. I have a family in
So,
France in Spain, but I didn't have no one here. It's very strange culture because we are from different background, and our culture we do have violence, but we don't have kind of violence where I heard about the FGM, but I haven't heard about um, denying and ignoring and forcing abortion because of the gender of the child and born child, which was it was shocking for me. And in England, in UK, it's quite and they don't have that in France and in a country. So um, I was very scared, frightened, because I was with him and I couldn't even talk about it. So yeah, and then when I've done my research, which is it was very sad for me. They keep telling me to lose the baby. Yeah, so
so,
I refuse
so
to do that.
because of the culture, uh, basically, because you were having a girl as a firstborn, that
Yeah.
so they really wanted you to abort it, then, did they?
Yeah, because she's a girl, the first pregnancy, because they believe if the first child born, someone will die in the family, or and bring, because some of them they believe they bring shames, but because she is a child, she is a girl, but for typical where they come from, they believe it's fine if she was the second or the third, but is
Right.
the first baby need to be like a boy? Is that what I know about them? And when they knew she is a girl, they forced me for abortion, and he hit me, and his mother and father they accepted you. They don't say to no one, and I was very sad. And the thing is, all of them they work in Minister of Justice. All they know the rules and the law, but the male is the mother. She doesn't accept. And my father-in-law, my daughter, she was born in 2010, and my father-in-law he died, passed away. God bless him, in 2011. And they blame me that I was the cause of his death. That which is they think. But I believe when I met him, he has Parkinson and diabetic. He was
Yeah.
diabetic and has Parkinson disease. He used to hit me, and he used to, kick me in my belly. Before he was kicking me and trying, to get rid of the baby, he was giving me tablet. His sister, which is she worked in the same in tribunal in a court. She told him her husband who worked in a hospital, so they gave him tablet so for abortion, and I refused to take it because when he used to give it to me, I used to just swallow it and I go to the toilet and threw it away. Then and he said, uh, uh, just following me, pushing me, just if you love me, really, we need, because it's very unacceptable about, I said acceptable about war. He said, I'm not ready for the children. And I think just because they heard his mother and his father, I was very excited when the midwife told me, we had a girl, you have a child, baby girl, and I was very excited, and I just shared that with my grandfather, and then just it's just I didn't accept it, and I didn't understand everyone, because I was new here and I don't know about this culture at all. We don't have that in Algeria, in Morocco. We have abuse, but it's not about the gender of the child, or you know it was shocking for me. I couldn't tell the police because I didn't come from background where the police involved in these such things. I just hear about the police just in a very in a criminal case like murders. It's not in a relationship. I found out a relationship is a civil matter. We do have court back home, but if you have problems, you go to the civil matter and resolve your problem. Or for example, you have an imam in a mosque, or for example, you have a pastor if you are Christian there in Algeria. But just call the police. I found it a bit shame in our culture to bring the police to your partner, and you will be excluded, and you will be harassed, and you'll be pulled. And I couldn't call the police at all. I was frightened, and I
But
was just,
but do you look
you know,
back? But do you look back now and think to yourself, obviously your husband was trying to abort the child any way he actually could. Now that is actually a criminal offence in this country. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but looking back, do you think that you should have gone to the police and you should have uh, seeked help?
Yes, Philip. I didn't go to the police. He just when he tried to took me one day when he found out I'm taking the tablet, but I'm not swallowing it because there is nothing. He was asking me, "Have you lost the baby? If there is any blood, if there is any sign of abortion, that the baby's been, you know, uh, like a pain in your stomach and all of that." I say no. Then he took me to hospital, and he said, just don't come back without getting rid of the baby, because it's really need before it's too late. And I thought that is the worst thing I can hear from him. Working in a justice, minister of justice, know the rules, the law, and he's Muslim, which is in our, I was a Muslim as well, and that is a crime. That is a crime within your religious. Without the law of this country is offense, which is I agree, but within his work obligation, I think he has some duty. He does not to be violent to anyone, and how he asking me to get rid of my baby and forcing me, and that I was confused, and I said, what is the purpose to call the police, because I don't trust no one. If he is working in Minister of Justice as a civil servant, the police as well as civil servant, they will be all the same. I lost the trust that time. And he said to me, anyway, no one is going to believe you because you don't know who I am, and you don't know my job. You talk all about his power and his position. And then when I went to the hospital, I just went there. I was crying. I was nearly to go to ask about the procedures, how you abort the baby. I hadn't any intention to lose my daughter at all. I was asking, and then I started crying. And I remember she is an Indian that time, Dr. Shahid, and working Whips Cross Hospital in East London. And she saved my life, and she told me no, that I'm not acceptable. And she have seen all the bruise in my foot. I had caused an injury, and he caused me injury. And it's not about I wasn't brave. For me, we don't talk about it because I don't know what he's going to do for me when I come back home. So I decided I don't come back home, and I stayed. I listened to the doctors, and the doctors then she told me to call the police, and I didn't want to call the police because I was scared, and as well as for me is a big step the police for us, as I mentioned, that is where I come from. I didn't grow up with the police on issues. My dad, he never brought the police to my mom. We just, in fact, all my brothers and uncles as police officers in Algeria, we just hear about them just in a very complex situation. And I just said, I can't call the police here because I don't know what they do for me. And for him as well, he'd be angry. But as I said, she allowed him to call him. And he came to the hospital to apologize with a big flower and chocolate. And I thought he will be just changing his mind, but he didn't. He was just coming to say sorry. But before he left, whips in my ears and say, please, if you love me, just get rid of the baby, and just showing that, you know. Um,
When the baby was born, how did
yeah,
how did the
yeah.
family react towards you then?
Yeah, and then after that, he's been arrested and he's been body harm, and then for 9 months, I think I was strong that time, that not strong. I was, even the police has got some, not bodyguards, some security in the hospital for me, because they were scared in the family come and change my mind. And then I went back to the family home where I was living with his mother and sisters, and he tried to bring me imam, but I did not want to change my mind. I said until 9 months, and the CPS and police come into my house asking me. It's like if he's coming to the house, but that time I say no, but he did. He was coming to the house, hiding, and his mother, she let him in, but I can't tell now because I was living with the, because I was scared they give me something or cinnamon, because normally they do give something like cinnamon or anything abortion to get rid of the baby. And then the woman, she got to hospital and just she said, I had abortion, but it's not. No, they do give the I'm not, that is what normally they do in when they women refuse, they do give something to drink cinnamon, drink,
To abort the child.
what's called, yeah, tea is with cinnamon or anything herbs. So yeah, the police come to the house, and um, I just say no, he wasn't there, but he was there. But I couldn't say because I was with them and I scared of my daughter. And until 9 months, the CPS coming in and out to me to wait for me to be ready to go and give my witness statement. But after he was crying and he said, "Please forgive me. I will lose my job, and I didn't realize, and it's fine. I will accept the baby." And I didn't trust him and I didn't believe him until the child nearly is 9 months. But I had a very great support from my doctor and a police officer. He was telling me, "You are young, you may change, you will never change." But at the same time, I felt sad and I feel guilty because I'm going to give a birth, and my daughter one day she will ask me, "Where is my dad?" I understand because at the time I have a pressure for the back home for my mom. You have to forgive him. You are alone there, and you have no one who's going to help you over there. Um, and I just the time when the CPS come to my house, it was nearly 9 months my pregnancy. I refused to give the witness statement, and they didn't find him guilty. And just they closed the case, and they said to me, "We will dismiss the case because but anything happen in the future, we will not can't open the case again, but we will mention it." But I thought that time I did a good decision, but I didn't. Unfortunately, I believed him because I thought he will change, but he didn't change. And the police, he is right. The police officer, he was the best officer, and I felt sad, and like I did not listen to him, but it was just not on my mind that time. I was confused whether I save her or to be attacked by his family, because they sent me back to the family there, and the family with the mother and the father and all the whole in-laws. Um, it was very hard for me that time. It's just I said to them, I need peace. The main thing is my daughter. She's 9 months. I give a birth to her now. She is 12 years old. Um, and then he come back to the house and he started abusing me again. In second pregnancy, he did promise he will be having another child and he will change. Second pregnancy, it was a boy. he was happy, and all the family. I had very happy pregnancy second time. I didn't have any issue about anything. Then he started controlling and abusing, and don't let me coming out from the house, and don't talk to people, and don't do the job, because I had a dream here to finish my. I've got a master back home in French in business study, but I want to do here masters in English in different and finish in a university, as I have discussed with him. But he did not let me, and then it's not about that. He's starting hitting me again and abusing me sexually, and I could not take it anymore, and I have told him to leave, because I didn't want a circle of CPS and police, because this circle, it just affected me very bad, because I don't want to see police in my life, and I got a phobia for police, because they have involved in the first part of my life, which is a pregnancy, and where I did not enjoy that period of time. My daughter is just police, CPS, domestic violence. So I just started going to my GP and reporting everything to GP and domestic violence. With that time, it was victim support. Yeah. So
But
then
can we just tell the people who are watching what actually battered women's syndrome consists of? Because it's very complex, really, and it's a
yeah,
perfect training ground for a narcissist. And this is what the people who actually uh, do this sort of thing, but it's quite common. It's 1 in 4 women do actually suffer from battered women syndrome. It's quite common, and in men, it's 1 in 10. Believe it or not, it does happen to men as well. But
yeah,
your case is slightly different because you've been alienated from your children, where it's normally the man that gets alienated. But you're also getting abused, and plus you were alienated against your children because. But well, I'm getting off topic. Really, we should be talking about what sort of things happen. Like the sexual abuse can range from rape to unwanted contact and verbal abuse and stuff like that. That's
yeah,
just one aspect of it, but then you've got other aspects like physical abuse, like slapping, uh, I mean thumping, punching, even you threatening weapons at the partner. Then you've got this the mental abuse as well that you get, like the name calling, the humiliation. Do you mean
yeah,
it's just the coerced control?
yeah,
These are things I want people to understand and to spread
yeah,
awareness about to what to watch out for with a narcissist who causes battered woman syndrome. So if you could tell the people who are watching what,
yeah,
because you're a very strong lady, and what you've gone through is it's really uh, the strength you must have is just unbelievable, and this is why I took the story on. So if you can explain to my people who are watching exactly what you've been through, I know it's going to be hard.
yeah, and yeah, it's trying to, but it's, yeah, battered women syndrome is known as well as a battered person syndrome.
Yeah,
Is combination of everything, for all the abuse, is a psychological abuse, is a physical abuse, verbally abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, that all the abuse in extend levels, so that person is, she been destroyed, like you don't have any feeling, like you can't that sometimes she can't, it affected her every day, like cognitive, sometimes I don't understand, or sometimes she mix, like because she got a PTSD quickly for actions.
yeah,
It's not about, she is battered women syndrome, sometimes they don't get on with the police because her behavior, when you, if you don't know that person, it sounds aggressive, but it's not, because of them, what she been through. She is very frightened for men, and she can't stand up for men. For example, like Philip, if you were not very approach you, if you are not, you are very attentive, very kind, listening. I can't be opening to you. I can't talk to men very, kind of, we can't say aggressive, but maybe he's very talkative and he talk loud. I can't get on with them. It's not a problem is with them, is that with me? Is that it's affecting you mentally. You get like as well this syndrome, like which is post traumatic stress disorder, where you can quickly take and answer the questions. Sometimes you get confused. It's kind of mental health, but it's under the abuse. It's not under DCM-5 because there is it's not mental health caused by your mental health. You can't look after. You said it's caused by abuse. It's an extreme of abuse. There is we say domestic violence. We have victim support. We have solace. We have all that organization. They normally support the normal abuse from the man, which is well known in the word, emotional abuse, maybe or verbal, but or sometimes physical. But I mean, I've been through all the abuse. I've been for the abortion, for the injuries, which is he caused me injuries in my foot. Abortion, he wanted to kill my baby, which is I have all the report, and normally he'd be in prison, but I did just that time I was stupid, just forgive him because I thought his culture is normal. I try to understand him, but which is normal, accept the abuse, and that is what women Batten syndrome does. They try to accept that abuse is fine for them because it's not. It will be. It's my fault. I have to understand the man. There is
It's not.
some.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
but
definitely not
unfortunately,
your
that
fault.
yeah, but because with my choice I made, I didn't know about the culture. I was thinking is my fault, and because of that, the marriage go to 15 years, and which is that what it caused me to lose my kids. I will not say lose my kids, but he turned them against me in the stage. What is heartbreaking is what is causing me is like because sometimes I can't even talk and I can't express myself because that's what he does for me. That's women syndrome. Sometimes you don't understand and you can't express yourself, and your presentation sometimes is just chaotic. Even I can't understand myself. Is that abuse affected me a lot with anxiety and with depression, with cognitive difficulties. Sometimes even the police, when you ask me question, instead of I say yes, I say no, which is I put myself in trouble because I don't understand what they are saying. Sometimes you talk about something for many years and you don't. I can't forget. I forget the recent incident happened to me. This is because of the abuse. Um, denial. You can deny things. You feel like uh, normally, for example, when I have to tell them he abused the kids, I could not say that because I feel like I'm protecting the kids, and I was psychologically controlled by him. He controlled me a lot, and I couldn't talk. When I see him, I feel frightened, and sometimes even you feel like you can't be away from that man. You feel like we call love. I don't know what they call it. Um, love bombings. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that battered woman syndrome, she thinks she can't be away from the abuser because she need to listen to his advice and he tell her she have to follow. I couldn't break that pattern. It was for me hard, and everyone told me, but I didn't listen to them that time until this 2020. My daughter called the police. Like she did me a big favor, been out of the house. Then I got a support from my friend, from my neighbor, for whole the community, just make me understand, and my barrister as well. She helped me a lot to understand that man. He's been psychologically abusing me and psychiatric. Then he listened to my history and he read all my notes and he found out that is exactly, he diagnosed me with the battered women syndrome, which is in UK, is well known in USA and Australia, but here they try to make it like an offense, and they're still, working on that, because some judges in a crime court, they don't believe on that. I don't know why, but they believe as a diagnose, yes, but they can't use it for the women, mainly defense. They use it as a defense as well, for women. She has been abused by her partner, and because there is many type of women Battered syndrome. There is Battered which was the woman loves that man, and she can turn up and kill that man, because of the abuse she's been through. And I think it's a story. But there is another abuse. This woman, she can damage her life, and she can be whatever he tells her, that man, she will do. Like what I've been from in my situation. I've been normally the dad is abusing the kids. I took that blame on me just to save my kids. That is another type of battered women. There is three types for that. So also there is an abuser who, for example, often he will have very quick tactic to get rid of his abuser. There is we call it love bombing, which is romantic gesture. He put her under pressure all the time. What he been doing for me all the time, or
We call that a narcissist.
Yeah,
It's all about control
controlling
within a
and
relationship.
Yeah. Sorry,
It's okay.
Yeah, and there is a sign for woman Battered syndrome here. There is because I always think it is my fault, because I put my kids, I deserve that, because and I just let it go for years and years, and sometimes we can't, we trap in this relationship because of the sake of the kids. I said, if you do it that for me, at least we leave my kids live in peace. And that we believe as well, he knows about all my movement and what he was doing. He was following me in social media, contacting with my friend. I never knew his friend until now. I don't know his friend, but he knows all my friends. When I said to him, why you know all my friends, he used to say, oh, because I love your culture. You eat Morocco couscous, and Algeria as well. And he doesn't love our culture or he wants to get with them, so he control everybody. Example, this lady, he will tell her, because he work in the court, he try to give information about them and help them. For example, this way she has problem, her I don't know, her manager kick her out because he worked in tribunal employment. He tried to help her, but instead to help her, she have to give him a news. He target my country, my community. That what he does. And I did share recently with the police all the information and all in Facebook, his account, because my friends come and told me, and they're all scared of him because he's very scary. It's very scary, but you can't. And he told me before, if we need to destroy you, you and my sister, three of us, they work in the Ministry of Justice with the court employment, and they said we will destroy you. And that time I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk because I felt I will lose my children. After 15 years, I said this year with my friend Sean, God bless her, Windy, and my neighbor, push me hard to go and tell them everything. When he come to the stage to alienate my daughter during the COVID-19, I was, they told me you've been diagnosed with a cancer, and I was frightened, scared, and I was concerned who I leave the kids with. And I asked him, because we were separated since 2014, but he used to be in and out to the house. I never stopped to tell him, don't not come to the house, because his house too, and because they have that honor-based violence. They believe the girl, she's, she brings shame, and she is the first one, because of I didn't listen to their instruction, whatever the culture. He lost his father. I am the bad luck to the family. Then the property, he want to get me out of the house because the property, they believe, is go to generation. Example, my kids, you have to marry with one in the family, so the property stays in the family. And when I married with him, there is a big fight with two sisters just about property. It's completely wrong. And the thing is, I've seen it with my eyes. All of them, they work present the justice. There is no justice. That's why I started to get upset about police, CPS, and I did tell them I don't trust no of you because you left my kids with the abuser. And in the drama in my case, it was a funny case ever. I've been there ill. My children they were with him. He was a primary carer, and I was outpatient. I was outpatient, like suspecting having a cancer, which is I've done the 2 weeks pathway, and they told me you don't have a cancer, but we will put you under investigation for another treatment, for another you know um, treatment or more investigation regarding correctical surgery team. Yeah, I was under their care. In this period of time for COVID-19, there is no one there. There is no your family, no brother. There is no friend. They used to come and help me.
So
I
you were
just
isolated.
asked him nicely to come and help me, and he did, but not helping me to come and move. He moved to the house, and he was the one, the main carer. He has the keys of the house, and in fact, he never left the house. He was always there. He's always coming to the house in purpose to finish the house, but he was buying the time. He never finished the house. He was just coming in and out and checking my paper, talking about the benefits or how much you're taking. And I was scared. I was always, I have a room upstairs looking all my papers. And he said to me, you will see that rumor will happen one day. I will open it. And I said, you can't open it because I have the keys. So when he come, I always put my things there and he does the work there. It's like I was being to be gentle with him so he doesn't hurt me or hurt my kids. And only the time of COVID-19 where I found myself, I collapsed because I feel like, especially the doctor told me we put you under the cancer pathway, which they shouldn't. They should not tell me they put me under the cancer pathway unless they are sure I have a cancer. That is give me another traumatic experience, and depression because I forgot about the abuser. I forgot about him because if I was in my set mind, I will not call him. I will call my mom. But my mom back home, it was COVID-19. It was locked. No one come in and out. Here we were in isolation. You were not allowed to bring only your families or your ex. So I was between social worker, him, or I go to my brother to Newcastle because I don't have no one here. But my daughter, God bless her, told me, Mama, now is opportunity for us. We're not going to school. You are ill. Called my dad. He will stay with us, and he stays with us. He was living with us all that period. He been looking after the kids. He's been very nice, very kind, cooking for the kids. He bring food from his mother. My kids spend all that time with the mother-in-law and his sisters. Since that, I lost the kids. I don't recognize my kids. They started stealing money from me. I didn't know he was planning because he was just based bringing so much boxes of food. And even I was ill, sometimes I do my best to wake up and go cook for my kids.
Yeah. Basically, what he was doing is he actually wormed himself way back into your home. Regarding you were ill at the time, and under the COVID regulations, you had to actually isolate, and you isolated for quite a while. Are you still there? I don't know if she's still there, folks. So yeah, basically, her husband actually wormed himself way back in. He's still abusive, and the story took a turn. I don't know where she's gone. I'm not sure. Not sure. Hopefully she'll come back. She can. If she goes out and then comes back in, it'll be fine. It's a very and Nancy's right. It can actually happen to males as well, abused by women as well. But with Sabah, it's slightly different because of the culture. She's gone. Hopefully, she'll come back in. With a culture, it's slightly different because obviously the Muslim culture very controlling to, and their thoughts on women are entirely different to us. To be honest with you, folks, uh, like she was saying, her first child was a girl, and all he was interested in was uh, not to be humiliated by his family and the rest of the Muslim faith because it was a girl first, because they normally abort them and they normally get rid of them. And what actually happened with Sabah, she was abused, she was battered. Do you mean? And he tried to get rid of it. He even tried to poison her to get rid of the baby. Uh, I have seen a lot of the paperwork as well. I have seen the notes, what different parts where he was actually arrested at certain times for the abuse he had. I mean, he was treated with domestic violence, but it's a lot more serious than, well, all violence and all abuse is wrong, full stop. But what Sabah had actually gone through, like, it was pretty sickening. I've seen some of the doctor's notes. I've seen, but it's led to her losing her kids, and I don't think she's lost them for good. I think she will get them back. She has got parental rights, so she will be. Well, yeah, Marion, it's quite upsetting. I was going to actually do a two-part show, Marion, because it's a hell of a lot to get through. She's got a lot of. She was actually, I think she was an MP back home in Algiers as well. So she's quite an educated lady, and obviously she was from a Muslim background as well as him. He was from Morocco, so they were both Muslims. But obviously their Muslim faith is a little bit stronger than hers. So yeah. Yeah, they are second class citizens in their culture, and that's the problem we have. Because she actually was doing different degrees while she was over here, while she was married to him, and he kept on worming his way back in, and that's how a narcissist works. It's all about control. The sexual abuse that this woman has gone through it's. I spent 5 hours on the phone to her. I think it was not yesterday, the day before, and she was telling me a story, and it was horrendous, to be honest, folks. But it's a different culture. It's a mad culture as well, because they're on a base violence. I'll go through some of the things what on a base violence actually means within their country, their culture, because then you get an understanding how bad it actually is. Like forced marriage, folks. Do you mean they are forced to marry, and as soon as they start bleeding, I'm afraid that's when they start looking for potential fathers. And this is a culture we're talking about, folks. You're forced into marriage as a child. Now, this is absolutely pretty sick. If you do, you mean you, it's just totally. I'm sure she'll be back. If not, I will bring her onto another show. But yeah, on a base violence, it's on it. I mean, on the killings as well. I think she's back. I think she is. Let's see if we can get her back now. Hello, we lost you there for a bit. What happened?
Yeah, sorry, because it was the battery went down. Yeah, went flat. So just trying to charge my mobile and
Okay, yeah.
managing. I don't know if you can see me. Sorry, I'm just holding up my hand. It's awkward. I'm just trying. Yeah. So just.
Yeah. So a lot of people have been showing you support. They're saying you're very strong. You're a very strong lady. Keep on fighting.
I think, yeah. Thank
At
you.
the end of the day, I do personally think you're a very strong lady. especially of
That is just, to be honest,
what
it's just about
you've
my
actually
soul.
been
I'm
through.
trying just to think positive and remain positive, because I don't have a choice, especially now, because if I don't, that diagnosis as very serious mental health, because it was caused by abuse. And I was very sad, because lately the police did not do the job properly. Because how comes they know my history and they allowed my kids? It's not the police anyway, I'm so sorry. The social worker. And yesterday I talked to them now. She said, oh, because you didn't said, because you didn't tell us. But I didn't tell you, but you know, my history is there, the pattern. And I don't know myself. I don't know myself what happened, because that the first time in my life, my daughter rejected me and saying all that lies, and you believe him. And he lies to the court. He lies. My neighbor next door, she's a nurse, and she's Indian, but she's different background. I don't have that honor-based violence like the other does, because they're a bit tricky. Pakistani, Indian. Pakistan have a forced marriage, but when my ex-partner Mauritius from, and that they have that honor-based about property, because they can kill you because of the property. They can do anything. They are well known. They call the police to the wife, just uh, just any accusation she steal, or maybe anything, just to kick her out from the house and get the kids. And then he'll be back to the house. Now he is in the house, which is my house, is matrimonial home, right? Our family matrimonial home. When I said the police the first time, he lied to the police. He lied, and the police, as my barrister told me, they did not do their job properly, and they did not investigate. It was COVID-19. Even I went to the police station, I didn't get interpreter, because it's very serious neglect, what my daughter was saying. And I can't have a proper, I also interpreter, they just ignore me, and they said, yes, we will bring to you, but wait until the time it was ticking. They did not give me interpreter. I complained about the police officer, because I said to him, the police, he was with me, not right. He come to the house. He found my ex-partner in the house. He just, they took they took me, and they left the partner there. And I said, what, you come? He said to me, because your daughter called the police. Her life was in danger. I said that she put in the windows, SOS, my life in danger. How comes a child of 3 kids, 2 adults in the home, she put SOS, my life in danger, and you come to the mother, and where did he go and take him, arrest him? Why just me? He said, because you're a main carer. Anyway, the police, he was out of order, and even the barrister told me they have to remove you, which is fine. I comply with the law. I went with them. I cooperate with the police. But why he did not been arrested? Why they left him with my daughter? He lied. He said to them, I don't live there. So fine, he doesn't live there as an address. He have different address, because he was planning for everything. He was planning. This is his house. It's not a council house. It's a private house. His name in the deeds, my name too, is a matrimonial home there. So he rent the house. He showed them, oh, I don't live here. Look, I'm paying the rent. And it's truly, he was paying £300, but all that a plan. He did it because the police is coming. You're going to show them you are not living there. You are not living there. And he lied to the police that he just come this morning, and he was sleeping there. And for me, that time, I can't approve myself, because I was under the shock. My daughter called the police for me, and for what? She was normal yesterday. It's when things went wrong. It's truly, I believe that. When they steal my kids £2,000, my kids, they never steal £2,000. They never touch my money. Why? Only the time I feel ill, I trust that man and his family to look after my kids. He had the keys of the house coming in and out. I have my neighbor as a witness. Both neighbors went to the court, and they said, that man, he lies. That man, he was in the house. He put his hand in the oath, and he said, I wasn't there. She wasn't ill. If she is ill, why she is helping charity? I wasn't helping. I was just talking on the phone because I thought I'm going to die. As humanity, I can't, because I was a trustee of organization called UK North Africa Trust, helping Algerian and Moroccan and East London, West and Middle East. They all called me, Sabah, please help us. And I felt bad, guilty. And in our culture, we believed, if not culture, even, that what we believe, even religious, we believe if someone is ill, is that time where he had to do more good deeds. Especially, I've been told I have a cancer. I thought, let me, and feeling sad about COVID-19. People are dying, they don't have a food. And I is my role as a trustees in the community, I just help. But I didn't leave the house. I was at home. I just picking the phone, asking people how, to get the food. And he told them, no, she wasn't ill. She was talking on the phone. But doesn't make sense. That this is witness anyway. He wasn't believed because the police, they put him in a state as a witness.
Yeah.
He didn't say nothing about me bad. But he said, I don't know. I didn't see nothing. I don't live here. I don't know. It's between her and the kids. He trained his daughter, not 9 years old, the one he want to kill her, train her, make her as a spy. Since I've seen her, and she changed a lot, telling him even they still not listen to me, they disrespect me, and Papa is doing everything. And he become very close to the kids. Even he went to the neighbor and told them, my wife, she has COVID-19, because I had COVID-19. And I was under, I can't even wake up, stand up for myself. He was feeding me and bringing me the food. And always he's giving me a tea, to drink a tea. And I don't know what he put that in the tea. But what I can't accuse, but I can say, because I was late anyway, I've done the blood test, but someone told me, when I drink that tea, I feel sleepy. I have many times, and they told me no, because
She was drugging you.
COVID-19, yeah, they told me COVID-19 also, you do feel sleepy, you do feel weak. But he used, because so many Algerian, Moroccan calling me and they hear him. Always when he see me talking with the phone, he come to the sitting room and he tells me, oh, Sabah, do you want a cup of tea? Even my community who call him cup of tea, because every time cup of tea, cup of tea. And I don't ask him to bring me a cup of tea, and just say, I drink a cup of tea and sleeping, and he is with the kids. And after I woke up, when my daughter called the police for me, she was normal with my kids. And yeah, they steal £2,000. They did steal 1,000, but I believe he told them to do that because my kids, they don't know. Even the judge, she said, she found it very obvious, very weird. The child of 7 years and 9, my daughter was that time, they managed to steal £2,000 from my bank card.
Yeah, I saw.
And they don't have,
I actually saw the statement with the different things that were coming off for games and different stuff like that. I did read all the information you gave me, but what I want to say to everybody, basically, Sabah was quite ill, very ill at one stage, and the partner had to come back into the house near enough full time to look after the children, and this is where they'd been separated for a while, and we're talking about £1 million house. So, and it's very important within their culture that the house stays with the family. Now, because they were separated, and there probably there was a chance of a divorce, maybe he felt it was he wanted to keep the house. So the kids were started to be brainwashed. I regard it as brainwashing, obviously. And what he was actually doing is setting actually Sabah up. And I've seen the reports also of the abuse which has actually happened to Sabah, the times that the police were actually called, what years and stuff like that. So this was very pre-planned.
yeah.
And basically they arrested Sabah on neglect charges, and I'll let Sabah carry on.
Yeah, and yeah, then and this, and I said how we can, um the children, they were saying, Mama, she doesn't feed us, doesn't give us a food, and she didn't, Mama, she just help us and neglect us. And my children, they start talking new words. They have never used neglect us and Mama abused us. Mama, what she said, Mama, she helped charity, but she doesn't give us food. They mainly talk about the food. Comes out to my mind where he used to bring a boxes of food. When I went to the court, he showed the police all the boxes. This is my mom food. This is my mom. This is for my mom. This is for my mom. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it is from his mom, and it's thank you for her. But I was ill. He is the one. One day I told him, stop bringing for your food for your mom, because my kids, one day I cook for them, they refuse to eat my food. They want the pasta for their nanny. And I said to him, no, when I need, because it comes back to my memory. And he said to me, when I need, I will ask her. And he said, no, 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 I'm not bringing it to you. I'm bringing it to the kids. Boxes. He never bring food. He never been really close to the children. The school, I don't know the dad. I raised my kids by myself. I have just been looking after my kid by myself. He neglect the kids. The state of the house, it was awful. I am the one, finish, make the houses safe for the kids. And I've done all the building work to make, even people told me, my friend, why are you spending on the house where he have to spend? I said, no, I don't want to argue with him, because he will take longer, and I need to have a decent place to live and clean. And this is in a report in a social worker in 2013, 14, 15, even they mention it. And now I've been accused with neglect. It's very heartbreaking. And he's the abuser. He hit the kids. My child, Maria, she said, Mama abused me, said kicking me. She said kicking me. Okay, if I kick the child, take them to the doctor and have a look in their body. There is no abuse. There is no mark. There is no recent. There is a mark in Adam's legs, which is his dad. He did it. And I didn't want to say that it was my fault, because in the police station, the police Laura officer, she tried to help me, and she did told me, come and make a complaint. But as I said, I couldn't. I did not. That's why it was my fault in a way, and it was my responsibility. I have to mention it. But when they told me my daughter called the police for me, and I said, hold on, I know there is nothing. I should say no or yes, that's all. For me, I answer all the questions. Even the judge says she answered all the questions. Normally, I say no or no comment. I haven't used no comment. I answer everything. So, but what I said to them, if you want to take it to the court, you are welcome. Just take it to the court. Are you wasting your money and the taxpayer money? That's what I believe. And this is a brainwash. My children, they've been brainwashed, and then my children, they've been manipulated from the dad and in-laws. And I have noticed that before the incident. I have noticed when children steal the money, they don't listen to me. I said to him, leave the house. I don't need your help. Then he told me, oh, now you're getting better. Oh, now you have strength. You are dying. I should let you die, I think. I said, no, just, he said to me, oh, do you have another man you are planning? I said, yeah. I said, I have that time. I said to him, yeah, I have 10 men, not one. That I have 10 men. I thought, oh, you have 10. Okay, you will see what will happen. I mean, I don't have any man. Because it was so much controlling me. It's like, I look after you. Even he abused me sexually during that time of COVID-19. He abused me 3 times. And then I started locking the door on me. And when the police come, my daughter, she said, Mama, lock the door on us. It's completely, I just now, until now, I'm not sleeping. And yes, I have a lock upstairs, but this is locked because sometimes he come and abuse me in the night. Sometimes even I put my paper there because he go through my paper, through the benefit. He need to know how much I'm taking benefit. So much controlling. So I have to put my privacy, because in the house, he doesn't have nothing in this house. He used to bring his medication for diabetic and asthma back, and he has a room to sleep there. But for me, I feel like I'm not free. Even I talk in the phone, I'm scared. Starting just talking to people, he just comes standing next to me. My kids, that are very close to him, in a one way. I could not. I listened to my daughter when she told me, bring my dad. And I felt that Maria, I said to her, Maria, you are the one who made that happen, because of you, because she loves her dad. I understand that. And I had never taken the love from her dad for me. Even Maria, she doesn't know what I've been through. I had never told her dad he wanted to kill her. I had never told her mother she want to be getting. I didn't want, because I believe that is an adult issue. I didn't want my daughter to grow up with the hate for parents. I want her to grow up like a normal child. She doesn't know nothing what I suffer. I have never told them even about cancer. They didn't know, because even my barrister told her, "Did you know your mom? She's been told she has a cancer." She said, "No, I didn't know. She was just closing the door on herself and don't talk to no one. And Papa do all the work." And she just talking in a phone and helping people and charity. She didn't know I was going through a lot in my mind, and she locked the door on herself and she doesn't want to see us. And she said, do you mom know she has COVID?" She said, "No." She said, "Yes, she's been isolated." She said, "Not really." And and she said, did you feel like your mom, she's been ignoring you?" She said, "Yes." um uh, have you felt, she felt, Maria, that I ignored her? Because when I used to come to me, I just tell them, go out to the sitting room, because me, I didn't want to tell them I had COVID, because I didn't know I had COVID until I called 111. And I thought, if I tell him, he will leave, he doesn't look after the kids. And because he has asthma. And when they come to, I said, "No, please go." It's truly, but I don't want to tell them, because he will go and tell him, and then um, um because I wasn't sure. It was that time everyone they used to say they have COVID-19. I would not test, but it was have a cold, but the cold, it takes longer, about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, nearly 1 month and a half, March and April, and I got better in May. When they called me, they said the guideline, there is not. They've been all told to be isolated for 14 days if you have a family, and if you are alone, you have 7 days. That's what I did, but I isolated more than 14 days. And but yeah, that's what my children, they felt. They've been ignored. But the dad, he was there, and I heard him, and I used to tell him, "Please tell the kids I'm ill, germs around." And thanks God, no one been ill, not the kids, not him, just me. I was not well, and uh, I also been waiting for the corrective, waiting for the surgery on the 7th April 2020. And I have to send you that later, that because it was appointment during this time, but it's been cancelled because of COVID. So in my mind, I had a cancer, because the first one is been not cancer, but they give you another further investigation. But I was waiting for the result. I was under the care and ongoing investigation for the, as I said, correctional surgical team, Whips Cross. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic, everything has stopped and has been cancelled. And I was just living in my worries and my pain. And he got that time, and yeah, and he did what he did. And he was very kind. And I did said, I did feel that person is not normal, because he's been the kindest person ever. And I said, "Why you are very kind to me? You have never." He said, "No, because I think you have the cancer, and I feel bad. I'm a human as well. I have a feeling, and the pandemic, maybe I can die before you." And he started hugging me and crying. That's why it's confusing, very confusing. Even when the police comes, he did not talk bad about me. He said, just, "I don't know. I don't know what happened. I wasn't here," but he lied. And then I found out he is not recognized. If he said just she was ill, because if there is an illness, if I was ill, there is no neglect. But the period of time, this period of time, because the church says my daughter, she said, "Mama abused, neglected since 2016." That is totally a lie. Even the judge, she has skipped that, because 2016 they asked the school. I have never, even the school, they don't know I'm struggling, because they said my daughter, my children, I have no complaint from the school or observation, or the children have said nothing about me as a mother. And I was working, studying to be midwife because of my experience. I became maternity maid, helping the pregnant mom in a community and empower them to speak for their rights, especially the women, like that minority of, to get rich, to get to reach them, which is not English white women, because they know about their rights, but that women, they don't know about the system, how it works. They don't know their rights, and they've been caught and trapped in that cultures. And that culture is here existing, the violence, but is hidden under the carpet. Because for me, I was back home educated, I know about my rights, but I don't know it in system of this country, because it's a bit confusing. There is a law, but when it comes to the reality, that is not justice. It's just confusing. And but what I found out is police lie, CPS lie, social worker are the big lies, and that everything is about money. But there is a genuine, what they do the job properly, but there is category of cases like me where I could not talk. So for me, I will not blame the police in my matter. I will blame myself, because I did not give them enough information. I was frightened, because the Laura, the police officer, she was the best officer ever. I couldn't talk to the man, and I complained about him. I said to her, he treats me very bad. She said, come and complain. I made a complaint. And when I told him, oh, I'm going to the police, Laura told me I'm going to complain about him, and I will do this and that if he treats me bad, because you need to be arrested. You need to be out of the house. Not just me. It's not fair. 2 adults in the house. The child called 999 and put a poster. You've been sleeping there. You took them yesterday to the park, because the day before he took them to the park, he come back until 10:30. Where he took them, I don't know where he took them. He took them, 3 of them. I just met my daughter. It was 12th of June 2020. It was pandemic that time. It was pandemic, and the park we've been allowed to meet in the park about 6 people. I remember 12th of June, because 13th of June I've been out from the house, from my family home. So he took them. Then the day, the 11th, I had a party with my friend and the children celebrating in the park, small park. At 12, he took them out. 3 of them. Maria, she come back in. My daughter, she come back in the evening. She gave me a burger, and I asked her, what time is it? And before he go, he gave me a tea. I drank a cup of tea. As usual, that tea, I found it just I fell sleeping. And I felt very tired. And she knocked the door, and Mama, she said, I will come back. He said, where is your dad? He said, he's downstairs washing the dishes. And Adam and Emir and the other kids, they were, in the room playing the game. And she gave me the burger, and she kissed me. She kissed me in the front, and she said, Mama, good night. And I said to her, I don't want to eat, but it's fine. I ate it, and I maybe half, and I left it, and I slept. And she hugged me, and she kissed me. The same girl in the morning, 9 o'clock, called the police and said, Mama, lot of things. So I can't even believe that. And I remember that he did that. He is the one who used to abuse me. And after I called the police, because he did call police twice for me one day. He sexually abusing me, and later he called the police for me. I couldn't even believe. Police set me up to a house. He said, oh, you have we've been told your ex-partner, you are breaking the kitchen, and you have some I was just doing, changing the carpet. And I said, no, I didn't break nothing. And they came inside. They said, I'm changing the carpet, because he knew I got a phobia from the police. He did a couple of times though, and when I asked him, yesterday you slept with me, and today you call the police, you're abusing me. Even I didn't tell the police, I tell the GP, because I told him 3 days ago, what you did is offense, is against the law, and if I can't report it, but I did report you for the doctor. And if I report you for the doctor, I may be going to the police, but I didn't go to the police anyway. 3 days after he called the police for me, this is in 2015, then I fell pregnant. I even report the doctor. Luckily, I tell everything to the doctor and friends, but not police. Luckily, the police, they found all my recording with the doctor, because I've got that phobia with the police, and especially if I don't get a good one, which is very aggressive, I will be behaving with him not well, because that is of I didn't know. And I now have got my research. I've got my research. and they found out woman button syndrome. She doesn't get on. She doesn't get on with the police, because the police, when
Yeah,
they look at them, they don't see we are ill. We see us like our aggressive. Our behavior is aggressive. No, they not understand. They don't know even about woman battered syndrome. Just maybe now, even last time when I told them, they don't know about it. Just now, it's been they've been sent by my psychiatric, and they've been, most of them, they don't have even training about domestic violence, basic violence. They know just the basic one. So yeah, I found it very hard. And when I had that trouble with communication with the police, mainly men, my psychiatric, he said that's true, because battered women, they do have that problems with the police. They can't, because of the attitude, not behavior, how the PTSD, the way how I explain myself. They don't see me as a ill for abuse. They see you like you are aggressive, and that a confusion for them as well. So yeah, so Laura, the police officer, she did help me. She did try to tell me come and complain about the police, and I was scared. And she said to me, complain about your partner, because I didn't talk nothing in the police station. But afterward, I did tell them. I did tell a social worker he hit the kids, but it was just very late. And then uh, he told me, don't go to the police, don't tell Laura, she's not your friend, the police, they are never your friend. That's what he used to say. He said, if you go in to tell them, you are yeah.
could you do me a favor? We're going to be wrapping up soon.
Just a quick look. Thank you.
Yeah, Sabah, we're going to be wrapping up soon. But what I'd like the people who are watching to know is basically I've read the notes and everything, and I'm just going to cut this a little bit shorter than what I should. But we're going to do a part 2 anyway. But when you were charged with with neglect, you were threatened with a 10-year sentence in a Crown Court, up to a 10-year sentence, and basically, if you didn't plead guilty, which you wasn't guilty at all. So you pleaded guilty because you didn't want the 10 years, and your barrister turned around and said,
No,
I mean,
it's not that case, because this police, when they came, and I started telling them, I will take you to the and he put it in a BBC News, and because you didn't do the job properly, you arrested me. You hit the dart. Everybody says that. Two adults in the house, and it doesn't make sense. A neighbor comes to the court, and I have a witness statement. He was there. The dad was there. Yeah, he was not leaving. They were separated by name, but he moved there. He moved there. He was every night there. I know the clothes, because the police, when they were upstairs, they will open the wardrobe. There is no clothes there. He showed them. He quickly showed them different address. He went to the different address. They found all his clothes there. They believe he doesn't live there. That is not true. There are many, I told them, many criminals, they commit crime. They have 5 houses. That is, he tricked the police, confused them. But we don't say confused. I said the police did not do the work properly. Even they being confused, both neighbors, they went to them. They say, no, we didn't hear nothing. He was there. And even the neighbor, recently, the light, the truth come to light. Yeah. Yeah, and I said, so I can't figure it out. And I said to him, why he didn't be taken? He said to me, I don't know, because I don't live there. And I said, no, stop saying you don't live there. You've been prepared everything. And even you in see in the camera, my daughter, when she called the police, my daughter, she didn't. He come downstairs. I remember I woke up in the morning. And I said, well, because I told them I made a mistake as well. I told them, okay, tomorrow I will call the police, because he told me, if I were you, you found out, investigate where is £2,000, call the police for them, and you found out. I said, okay, maybe I'll call the police for you tomorrow, Maria. You are 9 years old. I think you will be troubles in the schools. It's very concerning. You can get criminal record 10 years. I should not say that, because I didn't want to give me the tablet, because I want to know where is 2000. I was concerned about my kids. Maybe one day they end up in the prison. Maybe my kids that are working with a gun crime, with the terrorists, because it's very scary. Child of 2 years, 7 and 9, they steal £2,000, and there is COVID-19. No one comes to me as a friend, and they have never done that. Only the dad, and the dad encouraged you to hit the kids or call the police. That's what is saying. And then, as I said, Philip, they had told them the next day to call the police at 9, and let the police does his job, and we found out where this money gone. Next day, they called the police for me. And when they told me, when I see the police, I was laughing with the police officer, because when he told me, oh, the child, he closed the door in the kitchen, in the toilet, and he's scared of you. I said, no, he's not scared of you, officer. He's scared of you, not for me, because I am the one I told them to call the police for them. So I was taking it as a joke, because I know the kids, and he made me believe my kids, they were frightened, scared, because they took that what he was telling me, because the dad start contacting me after that. He started 1 year contacting me since 2020 when we were taken from the house. He came to me July, August, September, October, November. Even when they charged me for neglect, he told me, oh, let them charge you. You don't have nothing. And it's truly CPS, the file is empty. What they have the footage. When they come to the house, normally you come, they found that sitting room is messy. That's what they have. Oh, neglect. Are you judging me in 1 day where the dad, he make a plan to make all that sitting room? It was so disgusting, it's true, but I haven't seen it. In an interview that time, a day after, the social worker, they tried to work with me 3 months, since June 2020, August 2020, September, investigation went to 4 months maximum. I've been investigation. I said, okay, if you want to find out, just, you are free to do whatever you want, but make it quicker, because I want to come back to my house. So they haven't found nothing. The children, they've been taken to they found, as I say, Adam, he has a bruise in him, which is his dad did it. It was old. That's all. The kids are healthy, no complaint from the doctor, no complaint from the school. There is the children say, Mama, look, and that lies, which is I told you about, but there is nothing serious. There is a paper written SOS, our life in danger. Get to me, that is taken as evidence. A 999 call, that is evidence, and the children account. So other evidence, what the children have said, there is nothing. That is just only word and children account. And then they did the footage to the house, which is, I believe, it was disgusting. But for me, I didn't left my sitting room like that. Me, I went to sleep 6 o'clock, 7:30. I went to sleep. The dad come back at 10 o'clock, which is, I didn't know even was 10 o'clock, because he took them to the park. I asked my daughter, when she gave me a burger, I said to her, Maria, at what time is it? She said to me, Mama, 10. I said, why you stay until now? She said to me, went in the park. And next day I was asking, which park? They closed until 10. Where he took them until now, I don't know. When I asked him, where did you take the kids? He said to me, to the park. Or when I asked at the park, he said to me, Jubilee Park. When I found Jubilee Park, he's closed at 8. 2 hours where he took the kids. And then I thought he took them to the police. But when I asked the police officer, he said to me, no, Maria called in the morning. It's me, he prepared that. He prepared Maria, my daughter, not the other boys, because only Maria, she called the police. And Maria, she said, and when I went to the court, I've seen the interview as I knew is him. 1 year tried to tell me, I went to magistrate court, and I said, what shall I say to them? All that drama. He said to me, oh, the kids, they will not listen to you. They will not listen to you anyway. In this country, they listen to the kids. I said, yeah, fair enough. They listen to the kids, of course, but that is lies, the kids, what they saying. And I started laughing. I didn't take this case at all serious. I said to just, they have to go and find out about the money. When I even said to the social worker, I've been ill, I've got a cancer path, I've been under the cancer pathway, my children steal money. They didn't believe me. Said, oh, stop saying about your cancer. You don't have a cancer and you are not ill. The police put, I am fit physically. How they can say I'm fit? I have a back pain. I was under investigation. In fact, I was outpatient. It's me, outpatient, under control, waiting for the appointment, to attend from the hospital, and he's been cancelled because of COVID. How they can mention I've been ill? What happened then? What is said more about the investigation is the phone, because when he come to the house, he tried to distract the police. He give them the three phone. From the work maternity mate, which is I work with a pregnant mother. He gave them that phone, and he gave them the phone the children play the game with, and he gave them another phone, which is my personal phone, which is I use for normal for friend and family back home. So he gave them three phone, and he lied to the police again. He said to them, that is, she told me to hide. I never told him to hide the phone, and I just put my phone just there because I know when police go, I put it away. Just three of them, not three. I put only for maternity for my work. The other one I left them with a kiss because they were playing a game. Because sometimes which is I told them don't. And the other phone, which is my daughter called the police from, he gave her my phone. In the morning, she took my phone to call 999, not even from his phone. He's so clever. That's why when I come downstairs, I send him hugging me and kissing me. And I said, what happened? Oh, let's dance and hugging me. And my daughter, she was doing the job upstairs. She was calling the police. Because I said, no, I said, please don't talk to me because I have a meeting now about something serious happened. I was going to tell him about the money. I didn't want to tell him because he will hit Adam and Amir, and because he hit them during COVID-19, and Adam come to tell me, Mama, he hit me. And I couldn't do nothing. I was ill. I said, Adam, please, Mama, be patient with me. Let me get better. And I promise to you, he will be out, this man. He will never change. But I can't do nothing. That's why I feel guilty. I feel my illness, it make me feel I couldn't protect my kids. And that time, for anything, he was just, when he come back to the house, I feel like he take over everything. I could not even speak. My kids, they don't listen to me. They don't even, my kids able to talk to me or to, especially as Maria, she was out of, she doesn't even answer when I talk to her. I have to call the dad. And Adam, and the smallest one only, who did not complain about me. He is the one told me, Mama, they steal the money. So what happened? Sorry, sometimes I forget, and sometimes I get confused.
Sabah, we're going to come back to this in 2 weeks' time.
In the court, I'm trying to say, in the court, when my barrister there, he found many witnesses that come to talk, and after trying to go to the witnesses and tell them, don't give evidence with her, you will be in trouble, and intimidate all the witnesses. Some of them, they were very scared of him. They couldn't come. Some of them, they were brave, which is my neighbor. She was the best neighbor, brave woman, not about him telling the truth. I was stand up by the truth, because to be honest, if I was her, I see men like him, I will never come to the court. I was scared. I will maybe give, like some of them, they give statements, which is I will show you later, where they talk about me. But she just stood up and come because she was crying. She found that is not right. He commit perjuries, he swear to the hand in the Quran. He said, I wasn't there. Because he knew if he was there, it will not be in my responsibility. It will be him. What they found the house mess. But the house, he made all the mess, just a plan. Because how you can live in the house, sleeping, you are the last one, you have the keys, come into the house, and they can't tell me about the sitting room, is blaming me. And that is, until now, I feel it's out of order what the police did. And they did tell me, and also the funny things, when I went to the Crown Court, this is very serious. I heard, I was in the back, the judge talking to the CPS. She was shouting at the CPS, and my doctor as well, my solicitor, by mistake, I don't know what happened. They did not give the report I was ill. It did not show I was under ongoing treatment, investigation, because she had dismissed the years, because they have a report from the doctor, all witnesses about me. She had dismissed what my daughter said. She said, I want to look only the 3 months of COVID-19 now, what happening here, because the other one, she was happy there is nothing. What the child says, she believes she's lying. Because my daughter, she said since 2016. And my daughter, she's given a time and a date, because in the police station, I remember, your daughter said, for example, you slap her in the 13th of May. And I said, does she mention time? At what time? 4 o'clock in the morning? And because this was for me joke. I was ill in May, and he was there. And my daughter, she never give a time. It is him. That is him. Only my daughter, she give a time. And Adam, he didn't. Adam, he mainly talk about the food. I was hungry, and he talked about the money. She accusing us about we stealing money from her, and we didn't. She is the one. She doesn't care about us. She doesn't look after us. But Adam, he's fine. He didn't give it time. But I found out Maria given the time and the hours. Even when I start telling the police, did she mention any hours that, by the way, morning, evening? And I start laughing. He said to me, no, don't laugh. That is serious. I said, no, because I'm not taking it as told. She's been brainwashed, my daughter, because I know she already has changed her attitude, and she can't even remember her homework. When I tell her which page you're on her homework, she remembered the time I slapped her, and I said to her when I slapped her, why she is kept from May until now. And when my daughter, if I slap her, it was just for me, not about the slap, not about that, about the time and the date. I knew is him, is in you. Even she said after that, not slapping. No, she didn't say slap, strangle. Oh, sorry, it's not a slap. Strangle me, mama, strangle me. She didn't say it's not a slap. She says she strangled in the 13th of May, and when she say that, and that strangling, and just for me, I didn't understand the word strangle. For me, I said, what is mean strangle? Because I never heard about it. I haven't. It's not usual. It says strangle is like when you know, when you put your hand and then around your neck. It's new for me. I didn't use that word or heard some with the word. And I remember I asked my friend Indian. I said, what is strangle? What is strangle? She said to me, when put your hand around your neck. uh, I learned a lot about my experience. I learned a lot. So I also just said to him, it doesn't make sense. It's not about my daughter, what she said, a complaint. It's about the time and the date. And she gave it a month as well, May. And since 2016, my mom, she was taking care of us. That time, 2016, which is, as I said, she has dismissed the charge because she had done the investigation by the school police. The school, they said we had never had any concern from the kids, they are not even registered in child, what we call it, child safety or child safeguarding. Is that a register, I believe, in the primary school, where they don't tell you that your child name is there. It's like when they had a concern, they hid it just one day. Oh yes, we noticed something. They are not there. I don't have any problem. I have a problem with the dad. I have never had problem in the head. I'm not a drug. I don't have any problem. Like for me, for example, I drink, I don't drink, or drug, whatever it is. I don't have any issue by myself as a mother. I have only that issue for me, for the abuse will make me ill now, which has increased a lot. But it wasn't. I don't have mental health, but now I assume that I do have. For the separation from my kids, it have caused me traumatic experience, another trauma, for the abortion, from the sexual abuse. Now, did not affected me a lot because I'm still doing my work as a mother, as my job, what I'm doing at the moment. I keep myself active and busy, which is giving me more freedom, and I feel satisfied when I help others. I feel happy. That way it keep me on going. But now I feel like I feel hopeless, and I think that is in a sign of woman battered syndrome. Feeling hopeless, I felt like no desire to leave. I don't feel like want to leave more, because I felt like you are grieving. It's better you lost your kids forever than he damaged my daughter. And all of this, his lies, and also recently, which is I found out when I went to the court, and that um, there is nothing there. There is only the footage for the footage for the house, and he denied he wasn't there, and he doesn't know, and I wasn't ill. Two things he denied, and he then the only things have saved me recording him, all that recording, because he told me no one is going to believe you. But when he came and visit me to the flat, I started recording him, and it was very hard, scary to record him. And I didn't share it just recently with a social worker, because I don't trust them. If I share it, they will give it, they will tell him, and he can maybe I didn't feel safe. I shared it with my barrister and my solicitor, and recording. I'm sure my barrister should give it to CPS. So then they told me you had to be careful. He is the one putting you under trouble. 1 year is being controlling by him, telling me what to do, let them take you to the court, say, even told me guilty. I never heard with the word guilty. I have never, even I went to the magistrate court, I told them, yes, I'm guilty. And I thought guilty is like something wrong went with your kids, or you've been about my kids stealing the money, or you shouting at your kids. And I didn't know about my case, because, and then when I start hearing it's about what they said, my children didn't give us food, mama, she abandoned us, but the dad was there, but there is not black and white, the dad was there. How I can give them evidence? I have witnesses, and I'll go and ask the kids. That's what I can tell you. And I have people that can say is that, which is they did. They all said he was there, and that's all. That's why the judge, she has accept only. She said there is no injuries, there is no emotional distress, and there is no. But she didn't said the dad was there, and she did not said I was ill because I didn't know my barrister. She didn't have my record from my GP that I was diagnosed. I was having under the treatment, and to the judge, she was saying to one of the witnesses, she said, Sabah, she said has cancer, and she was not feeling well, and she was bloated, that COVID-19, and she has COVID. She said, the judge, she said, if someone he doesn't go to the doctor that period. And then I said, why the judge is saying that? I did submit my to the GP to my barrister. And then when we finished, I asked her, I said, did the advisor? She said to me, no, I don't have that one. And I said, but that is important. That's why it's been mentioned. All my witness says they have COVID-19. They asked me about the test. How I can bring it? No one has been tested that time. It was the early of March. I have 111 call. It was the phone with the police. I didn't find 111, but I managed to give them DWP Universal Credit when I told them all the conversation I have COVID-19. But this one is being given late. CPS, and after the next day, I went to my GP. He gave me a letter. I said to him, look, they are not believing me. I've been ill. He wrote them a long letter, a big letter, but the letter was being given after the trial. And when they see the letter, I just can see CPS with my barrister shouting at them, and then both of them, she called them inside the room, and after the CPS said to the police, "Oh, I am in a big trouble." And when I come back, I said to her, I gave them. I said to her, I will tomorrow phone my GP quickly, and I get all the documents, because I can see something is wrong there. Something is not work. I can't see my barrister. I can see her just, which is I said it. I wrote it down. I said to her, you are just working with the CPS because you want to find me guilty, and then you will release me just because you don't want to pay the compensation, or because you found out you don't want to accept the CPS that are wrong. And she said to me, Sabah, what are you talking about? I said, anyway, tomorrow I will bring the document from the doctor. When I bring the document, the CPS don't want to accept it. They said, it's too late. Why is too late? I found out that some word I don't understand, but I said to them, I don't understand all that game. because the judge said, if someone is ill, let's go to the doctor. I said, what she is talking about? Terms of ill. I've been ill. You ignore my illness. And I did give you, I was ill. Yeah, it's true. I did not go to hospital because it was COVID. And no one time went to hospital. Even you think you want to go because of the germ, because of the people where they were scared and all the I don't want to tell them that. I think they know better than me. But I found that question is weird. And until now, it's still in my mind. Even yesterday, I was talking to my solicitor. He said to me, forget about your case. I said, I'm not going to forget about my case. Don't no one think he did me a favor. He didn't find me guilty, or because you are a mother, we don't want to punish you. There is many mother in a jail, in prison. Why they are, just she does that on purpose because the CPS, they refuse to take my document because I'm E, because they don't want to accept. They don't do the proper investigation. She said that and I've been forced to say I have to accept the responsibility, and they just write it down. And now they are putting me again with my kids. Even yesterday, I was talking to the social worker, and I explained to her all that game drama. I don't want to talk about anything, but just to let you know, you are leaving my kids with the abuser, and you are damaging my case. Even the police come to my flat on the 5th of October, give me through phone, which is her name is Laura, Officer PCT. She's kind, Laura. She did help me to come forward, but I refused that time because I was under duress. I was controlled by him. Do not go. If you go there, they will put you in a jail. If you go there, they will trick you, and they will never let you complain about the police. Don't take that in your mind. They're racist and all of these things. And anyway, your daughter took you. It's not me. You don't have a case with me. It's been between you and your daughter, and I don't have anything to do with you. Even you're going to against your daughter. So he told me, let them do the investigation and let them do the court. Take you to the court and take it from there, because there is no evidence. And he was pushing more my daughter, that even this is my daughter, she was keeping asking, telling the same thing. That is the only my children account. So then I think when there is nothing have been happened, and I don't have any, the court had not imposed any obligation on me. The daddy was upset. Maybe he thought I would be in jail, whatever I go, and they make me believe that, oh, you come back and work with the social worker. And that's what the police officer said, because she came to the house and gave me the phone, and she gave me a letter, and I signed all the letters that the phone is in good condition. And my neighbor was with me there as a witness, and because I didn't want to be alone. And then I said to her, thank you for your help. And I said to her, when she was leaving, I said to her, by the way, you left my kids with the abuser. That's what I said. And she didn't reply. I said, look after you, so I hope we don't see you. And I said to her, what happened? What will happen for my kids? She said, oh, work with a social worker. And you may, that what I can tell you, don't do anything like trying to contact the dad, or just work with a social worker and take it easy, take it slowly. And now they put me again now with my kids, with both schools, and I'm contacting with the schools every time and attending the school meeting. I'm attending the children school parent evening, cooking for the kids. And the social worker, they want to close the case. And I said to her, you're not going to close the case, because that is not right. You thought I'm going to jail or be punished because she was said, after we'll see what happened, we will work with you. When we come, nothing has happened. She said, oh, we don't have capacity. And then I wrote to my MP, and I got in touch with my MP in the beginning, and they said to her, I feel this social worker is not doing her work, or I feel she is not listening to me, because the way how she said she want to close the case. It's me, and she wanted me to take him to the court, but I don't want to take him on the court. She said, we did our best. We've been asking for your kids to come back. The kids say no. We have to listen to the feeling, and this and feeling, and respect their wishes. I've been emailing, reminding her. We come to the conclusion now to do the parental agreement.
Yeah,
And
parental
what they
agreement.
decide to do, to send her all the audios, videos, not videos, all the recording where the dad, he admitted he was hitting the kids. And I said to her, I don't want to share you that, but I think now I have, give me the time with them. And I called my MP. My MP, he wrote a letter to the council. Even I called them yesterday, said to me he's going to chase them up more. And then she called me the day after. She said, oh, we decided we work with a parental agreement. I said, no, about parental agreement. You have to stop saying, because she had a meeting and she said, oh, when we inform inform the dad first. And I sent her a letter. I said to her, that doesn't sound right. I've got a parental responsibility. The court, they haven't imposed any obligation on me. Why you are telling them call the dad first? And she said, and then we have to write again an email and write to the school and write to the other secondary school. And then she come to the conclusion that we will have parental responsibility. I received all the information. The kids still are refused to see me. That because and I suggest something to her. The dad, I did talk to my kids. I did talk with 3 of my kids through him. Since I report him the police, because I have never reported him to the police, even as I said, for the first forced abortion is my GP, my doctor, she reported him to the police. It's the first time in my life, 15 years marriage, I reported him in the 3rd of March 2021, and I told them everything. And I request for a police officer. Her name is Mati. She's brilliant. They took me that in the room like that. I've been telling everything what he did. Even he abused me sexually during COVID-19. And I said, if you want to arrest me, I'm free. Please do. If you want to arrest me, I have to say the truth. I'm in bail condition. He's coming to the flat. He is asking me to do sex with him in order to make me to see the kids. I did the sex with him because I haven't seen my kids. And she said to me, are you saying he is forcing you? I said, no, at the beginning, he wasn't forcing me. I feel blackmailed. And I talk to my kids. But when the kids, when the social worker, Carol, go and talk to them, they say, no, we don't talk to the kids now. Later, we are not ready. After. And I found, and I told him, why with you? They talk to me and we discuss. I said, no, you can't do that. I work in the court. I don't want to lose my job. If I will let them, they will say we are complex and will lose my job. And I said, there is no such this, because they took me to the court. They are doing their job. That's fine. But the law allowed me to see my kids. And that is not within my right. And he said, oh, if you started talking to me, you will not see them at all. You are not happy with it. He's starting, and I still crying. And I start telling my friend, God bless her, Sean, working with me. He used to work with me. We used to be a chair for Whips Cross Hospital as an MVP, Maternity Roses Partnership. She's a vice chair. And Wendy, which is she's an officer. She is my neighbor, and she is officer for CCG in Tower Hamlet, and my neighbor, she is a nurse. These 3 has forced me. I mean, Sabah, you have to go to hospital, to the doctors, to the police. And I was frightened. And I remember Sean, it was very cold, taking me to police station in Chingford, waiting outside. And I said to her, no, I can't see police with the uniform. If they were wearing uniform, I can't give any statement. I was frightened. I can't see police with the uniform, especially men. I find this woman, but without uniform, she have to remove the uniform. That is what I got, But now, the first time when I go to hospital, to the police, that frightened, that scared, like I don't know, I don't be scared from the police. I have developed another phobia, which is hospitals, because when I feel like I'm going to die, I don't see my kids, I can't go to hospital by myself ever until now. If any hospital, I have to take someone with me, unless I'm dying, which is I'm living alone, but I can't. Now I have developed another things, which is a hospital phobia, because my kids that are not with me, I feel like I have a cancer. If I'm going to hospital, they will find something serious, I will die. I can go to the GP, but not to hospital. So yeah, I went there. First time I told everything to the police. She tried to stop me, and she couldn't. She fought with my friend Shan. She said to her, "No, you have to go out." And she said to her, "No, she has PTSD. She's suffered with battered women syndrome. She's scared and that." And I tell them everything. She was very nice. She taken. He's been interviewed under caution, and he denied. And after when he denied, they left the investigation open, and there was no evidence. But she said to me, the police officer Madi, we believe you. You are saying the truth. I said to her, I'm not lying. I'm saying the truth. And it's first time in my life I come to you. She said, it's good you come, but there is no evidence. But it's good you reported, because now he is as a bad character in our system. He called my mom, Algeria. He was crying. He said, I'm going to lose my job. He just care about his job. And my kids, I didn't care. Like the first time I feel like I'm free. When I come out from the police station, I start screaming, because women batons, I scream a lot. When I scream, I feel like, no, I don't cry normal. I start screaming. Like I take things out. When I scream, I feel better. And not a scream for people. I cry with a scream. I don't know how to express myself. And then I feel light, and I feel since then the police is nothing for me. I'm just not scared from no one. It's been like the first after 15 years since he want to kill my, abort me, force me. Even I said to the social worker, I think I regret I did not tell Maria. I should tell her maybe about what the dad did, because I thought as for the best interest of my daughter, I don't want to harm her feeling. I want to grow up as a normal child. She doesn't know hate. She doesn't want to be, was unwanted from her dad. It will be shock for her. And now she's calling the police for me. And, he damaged me so far. And now he's tried to damage my daughter. And she said, no, you should not say that. It's good he didn't say. Say, no, you are damaging my daughter, and you are just abuser like him. Because you, and she said to me, no, maybe she loves her dad. Yes, she loves him, but you are not helping me. But anyway, I used to have so much argument with her. But she said to me, why did you call the police to him? Now your daughter, she will be more far away. If she will not accept that. She was, I feel like, I don't know, to be honest, corrupt by him, or because she is not taking the children. And I just recorded her as well. I just been recorded to be soon to be given to I give everything to the MP. And yesterday, even she called me. I didn't record her, but even I make my solicitor hear the conversation, because I told her, if you are not going to close the case, I'm going to hand all the abuse. My case has over. My case is over, has finished for now. Now you have just to do your job if my children are safe. I know it's been said that late. I know I could not do it that time. Yes, I know it's my fault, but I couldn't. I did let my solicitor know, and I did let you know in the beginning, and do something about it. Now she's going to visit, I think, my children, and I did say to her, if you are not able to take the case, just I would like to allocate another social worker. And I told her, take someone with you as a colleague to go. You don't just go by yourself, because if you go into the house and asking about my kids to see their mum, like you've been doing 1 year, and give me the same statement, they are not ready. They will think about it. They will let you know. The children love you, but they need more time. 5 things I heard from her repetitive. I said to her, this time you're not going, I will not be back with the same word, because time is ticking and their children are damaging. My daughter now, she turned to 11, 12. Child, he was 7, now is 9. And my little one, he was 5, now is 6, is going to be 7. So I'm not going to give only 3 months time. If my children know, I will take him to the court. And she said, oh, if you go to the divorce, you will be too much, you'll be sad for Maria. I feel like I've been bullied by her. She's bullying me. She should not say that. She should not say, and I said to her, by the way, if you think that is his house, this is my house too. And I sent her all the names, because maybe she think that dad has a safety of the house, so you don't have a share. I said to her, I've been kicked, I've been homeless. He may want to make me homeless. And he living in 5-bedroom house.
that is honor-based violence. He tried to get the property back. If you go to the honor-based violence, you will find all the categories of my experience there. Forced abortion, because she is a girl, and the properties, fighting about the property, irritants, because they believe they have to get the property back because he will be shaming their community. Now he is a man, he got the property, he got the kids, and you are out of their life. And I said all that, and then history, when I tell her about the history, she tells me, no, this is a long time. But now she's not talking like that. Now she is, since I sent her the video, she had, I'm waiting for her tomorrow just to give me, I said to her, I give you until Friday to give me sign agreement between both parents, and I have to work with me with Adam. It's okay. You said Maria, she is not ready. That's fine. We give her more time, and I expect her wishes, which is her wishes has been not fake wishes, which is been manipulated, alienated by the dad. But still, though, I have to give her time because she's not well, and I have to support her, and I have to love my daughter. Adam, she said to me, he's Adam, he definitely want to see you, Adam and Amir. Amir, he want to see me. We start, I said to her, with Amir, then we go to Adam. But I told her, unfortunately, it's not out disrespecting you. I'm not going to accept you to go alone because it will be the same scenario, what you said in the past. So yeah, that's all. And hopefully this week she will give me that parental. And yesterday I called the school. And I told her the dad, he did not give me the consent letter about the vaccination. The dad, he is, and I did not give my consent to my children to do the flu job or any COVID-19 if it's been proposed by the school. And there is any way you can send me that letter separate. She said to me, we don't have any objections, Sabah, Mr. Besta from Dawlish School, primary school. She said to me, the only if Carol, she told us, we will call you. When I called her yesterday, she said to me, Carol told us you have to give the information first to the dad. And I was just upset. She's playing double standard. And I said to her, but I did send an email. There is not such orders from the court. He's just a carer, main carer at the moment. And I don't have a case with him. I have a case with my daughter. And my daughter, she's not being alienated because she did talk to me last year. Since I called the police to him in March, she started calling me S. And she doesn't want to see me. My other two children, they'd be changing their mind. But I did talk to them. I did talk to my kids through the dad. Why being refused from the social worker? And so they said to me, and then I come back to Carol, and she said she's going to send an email. I said to her, that is, you are confusing everybody about the school. I got great support from both the school. Even if they deprived me for 1 year, they thought I don't have PR, parental responsibility, and I've been until I wrote to Catherine. She is a manager when they put me in the child protection plan, and then they put me down to a child in need plan, and now they want to close the case so that we get rid of this messy case. And I said, you are not going to close the case. You're going to work with me and rebuild relationship. And because I said to her, you stop me from receiving information from my kids, from the doctor. I have a right to receive, medical record. I have a right to receive, education. And I'm responsible. I understand they don't want to see me. If you are saying that is their wishes, which is I have to respect it, acknowledge their feeling at the moment. But I have a right to receive information about them, which is within my right as a parent. And then when I wrote that to Catherine, she is a chair in Waltham Forest for child protection plan. She was amazing. She said, no, Sabah, she has a PR and she is allowed. And she told one of the schools, she said, oh, but he is a main carer. I said, despite he is a main carer.
Sabah, we're going to have to come back to this.
Main carer.
Yeah, we're going to have to come back to this.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of things to cover, and
yeah, so sorry, just had
it's fine. Thank you very much for coming on. Very much appreciate it. I'll bring you back on the 17th of November, and then we can talk about the rest of your case, what's happening with your children, and we'll go a little bit more over on the honour-based violence. But I'd like to thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you for giving me
And
opportunity to raise awarenesses. My aim is to raise awarenesses and tell to all the mom, don't give up on your kids.
yeah,
Keep
never give up.
fighting on your kids. Keep working also as with the health professional if you are with them. If you are
Yeah.
not with them, do all your best and keep your mental health. Yeah, I mean, do counseling, therapy, because it is destroying. Because for me, I don't know how I'm doing it, but
Yeah, you're a
not
very
tears.
strong lady.
Yeah. So, and thank you very much, Philip, for your help. I
Yeah.
appreciate all your support. You are just amazing human being. You are just amazing. I don't
It-
find the word to thank you because you're doing it just to help us and, to keep us on going to fight about our kids and our rights
Yeah.
as well.
I'll bring you back on the 17th. So if you put that into your diary, it'll be the same time. It's 2 weeks' time. And I'll be seeing you there. And thank you for coming on.
you.
Thank you
Okay,
very
thank you.
much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Philip.
Bye. Right, folks. That was a very harrowing story. It was a pretty long story as well. And there's a lot more to be heard about it as well. Right. As I said, the lager, that Peaky Blinder stuff, and I'm not getting paid for this, by the way, folks. That was 7 out of 10. It was actually not a bad lager, and that was in B&M. I think it was about 89 pence a can or something like that, so it's not too bad. Yeah, Sabah was a really, really nice woman. Like I said, it's a very harrowing story, and she's in the process of fighting to get her kids back. She'd been alienated from the father. She was sexually abused by him. I mean, loads of different things happened to her, which is very harrowing, very harrowing. Right then, I am going to talk. I'm going to play this video now. It's only a short one, and then I'm going to be putting the question up for the second mug. I haven't even had time to have a look through my phone at the moment to see who's actually won the first mug, but that's the second mug. Well, I'm going to play a little video. It's very short. It's all about for Friday.
I've seen all the comments, and I don't understand why so many keep ignoring all the signs. So many think nothing will happen on the 5th of November. Well, as I've already said, I'll be the first in Westminster. Don't you understand that history will now be made? Don't think of Anonymous as a group of exalted people. We weren't born now. We have enough battles behind us. We're anonymous. We are pissed off. And when we are pissed off, we are at our best. We're anonymous. We're coming. We're many. We're more than they think. We're legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Right, folks. Yeah. So that's the question. Who is in court next Tuesday? Who am I going to? Is it next Tuesday? No, they're not in court Tuesday. Sorry about that. It's who's in court Thursday that I'm going to go and report on. It's two lovely ladies. I'm going to go and report on them, their court case, and it was to do with organising a demo outside the Senate. I should change that because that's going to be because I'm not in court next Tuesday. It's Thursday, but I better change that comment. Just quickly do this. Yeah, so it's going to be a very interesting Friday because a lot of protests. a lot of protests actually going on in Parliament Square. Who's in court next Thursday? That's what it is. No, what's going on here? It's not coming up. Banners. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, so who's in court next Thursday? Two girls are up in court. It's for a demonstration outside the Senate. Yeah, so basically what's happening Friday from 12 o'clock, you're going to have a lot of demonstrations going to be starting around about 12. I think there's another one at 3, another one at 4, then at 6. I think the main one at 6. Everybody's going to be wearing their masks. I hope you've got them all ready, folks, for the ones who are turning up. It is going to be very interesting because it's bonfire night. I'm not saying any more about that because it's probably get me into trouble. I will be filming. I'll be filming all day from around about 11:45. It'll probably be until the police start the kettle. The police will start the kettle. That'll be guaranteed. There's a million march as well, and it's going to be a really interesting one. I am actually that's Friday. I'm going up tomorrow. This is why I'm now going to end it because I need to finish packing and get myself ready for tomorrow, and I need some sleep and that. So, folks, yeah, thanks to Sabah again for coming on. Hopefully, I'll see a lot of you tomorrow night. Maybe the office or maybe Leicester Square. Weatherspoons. I'll probably be there tomorrow night. I'm hoping to go live tomorrow as well. I'm hoping to catch Mr. Bray. So because Mr. Bray was around last Thursday, so I'm hoping to catch him, Mr. Brexit man, the one with the twat with the big fat blue hat. So I'm hoping to catch him. Most of you know I was in care with him, so I'd love to catch him up on a live. And I like to do that tomorrow. He's definitely not going to be there Friday for obvious reasons because he doesn't. He agrees in COVID, I think. So, yep. There's some answers coming up. You're right there. It was the PCP girls. Adele and Kim are both up in court next week. I will be interviewing them both next Thursday, but I will be outside the Senate as well on Tuesday, folks, because that is the voting again. And we already know it's a rigged vote. It was a rigged vote when they put the vaccine passports in. So, yeah, they've rigged it again, haven't they? Because one of their Conservatives, he's gone off on the sick with stress. What a surprise. The last time one of the Conservatives couldn't get on the Zoom, and now one's gone off stress. So the Conservatives and Plaid will never win against the Labour because they've got exactly the same numbers. And as soon as one of them goes off, that's it, they've won. So, folks, I am going down to support them on Tuesday. Next Wednesday, for my live show, I'm hoping to have Kim on. Hopefully Kim will come back on. And I have got a show for a week Sunday as well. I will be on Wake Up UK this Sunday as well. I was meant to be on last one. Well, I thought I was meant to be on last week, but I wasn't. I'm on Wake Up UK for Sandy's show on Sunday night, so you can join me there. But yeah, I'll probably be live Thursday, Friday. I'll find a demo to go to on Saturday. Then Sunday I'm gonna have a day off to just do a bit of editing and stuff, and except for Sandy's show. Then Monday I will have a full day off. Tuesday then I'm at the Senate. Wednesday I'll be doing my show. Thursday I'll be doing the court case. Friday I'll be having off. I'll be doing a promo, Friday in Bath for the PDSD camp for the Remembrance Day, which everybody is welcome. You can go down for the weekend as well, folks, if you want to. You can go down on a Friday, take your tent. You can stay Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Just give a small donation. absolutely brilliant. They've got a clubhouse. I'm hiring out the treehouse for myself. Somebody else is having the log cabin, and we both got hot tubs. So we will charge a small fee for the hot tubs. That will all go towards the camp. Then on Sunday, a week Sunday, then we will have the main Remembrance Day, folks. And it will be amazing. It's the only place in the country you've got a privately owned remembrance area where they've got a big, massive white cross, flags. On the day, it starts at 11 o'clock. You can come down, like I said, you can come down on Friday if you want to. You can stay there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then go back Monday, or you can go back Sunday. That's fine. Or you can just turn up anytime Sunday before 11 o'clock. The service starts at 11 o'clock. There is hot food, and there will be hot drink as well available. So you will be made at home, and then you can have a little look around the camp as well at the same time. They've got animals there. Horses, ducks, hens, dogs. Even pigs. There's a lot to do there. There's a lot to see, and it'll be a great experience for you. And you could also plan ready for next summer. Go and camp if you want. Like I said, just a small donation. You can spend a week there if you want to. There's loads to do around the area. So I'd like to thank Sabah again for coming on. I'd also like to thank everybody for watching and sharing. I'd also like to thank my admin, absolutely brilliant as ever. And I'll play this out. My favourite song again. I don't know if it should play. Right then, folks. If you want to see me, I will be at Parliament Square. But you won't recognise me in the night because I will be togged up with my Vendetta mask, but you will be able to see my hat, so you will be able to recognise me to a certain degree, and a camera in my hand, obviously. Okay then, folks, I'll play this out, and hopefully I'll see you Thursday night or Friday. Good night, all. See you soon.
Okay, picking it up here in Wilmington, North Carolina, right at the Intercoastal. We're in one of these vans.
Wilmington, North Carolina, but as he races and fights to win Friday, check out the two guys who seem to walk right by him in the background there with no trouble at all. The video has been shared more than 1 million times on social media. Now let's go.
Cruising, musing, looking for some news and losing, it's amusing. Other people choosing the topics I can view and the subjects I can chew on, the facts that I can spew and the news they put their slew on. Twisty, turny, wriggly, wormy, squealy, squirmy news. Psychopathic journalists deceiving with their views. Tightening like a tourniquet, they're aiming to confuse. Nightly negative narratives narrating you the blues. Blues and twos, new taboos, the pasta's all sold out. The hurricane's incoming and the world is dying out. Asteroids, blasteroids, steroids in their tails. The windiest ever windy gales are blowing in the dales. The sea levels are rising at a super duper rate. 247 365, the caliphate's your fate. Tidal waves are waving like the death rays from the sun. Duck and cover, stand your ground, there's nowhere else to run.
Now, more on the latest building collapse in New York. You might have heard a few moments ago I was talking about the Salomon Brothers building collapsing, and indeed it has. Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
Well, only really what you already know. Details are very, very sketchy.
Writing, fighting to publish stuff exciting. Losing is amusing. Other people choosing the posts that I can post and the documents I can read from, the info I can feed from, the facts the checkers get wrong. Sleazy, slimy, geeky, grimy, blackout, soulless tech, concluding with a clickety-click what's wrong and what's correct. Politically encouraged with protection from the law. They're getting pretty ruthless now, they're panicking for sure. Scrubbing out the info like a scrubber in a tub. Deleting the derogatory of the members in their club. Documents and studies disappear without a trace. Psychopathic moral, less they're doing it in your face. The info is erasing at a super duper rate. Breach community standards, your account will feel a fate. Post a funny meme means that you hate and are extreme. No chance of an appeal cause you're white and so supreme. Doctors, nurses, scientists and servants, real boys made from wood, covering for the perverts, defining definitions that will put you in a spin. Anything of interest gets filed in recycled bin. Algorithms algorizing the content that you post, collecting information, long-term storage with a host. Five Eyes keeping eyes on you, they're eyeing up your speech, using legal loopholes to conduct a data breach. And qualified assessors banning stuff they do not like. Since early 2020 this has reached a massive spike. You're swimming in a dirty swamp, the swamp is full of pike. Post a touchy subject and receive a community strike. Unelected unofficials making up the rules. Billion-dollar corporations governing the schools. Satanic worship dictators who distribute the tools. Dirty public servants act like Hitler with the Jews.